Hey, so it's lunchtime around here. It's another gorgeous day, and you can tell my mood is off the charts. And also, trying to be healthier and eat more salads. And apparently, you guys like my salad videos, so we're gonna do a version of my Caesar salad with kale, which I love. The best part about this, it doesn't wilt. You can make it like way in advance and eat it for the rest of the day. So that's what we're doing. Let's go. Here's what you're gonna need. A couple of eggs, just the yolks, some Parmigiano Reggiano, the kale, obviously, some Dijon mustard, a little bit of anchovies. This is optional, the Worcestershire sauce. Practice saying Worcestershire. You should know how to say it by now. We're gonna need some garlic and the juice from an entire lemon. Depends on how juicy this lemon is. Some bread. Now, this is a Pullman loaf. If it was sourdough, I'd really want to eat the crust. I'm just going to actually just go full kid going to school, no crust on this. I'm taking all of the crust off. You got 2 pieces of it, and they'll make the perfect croutons. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get this bread prepped. Let's take all the crusts off. Okay, so we just want this bread into, that should be fine. Basically, little bite-sized pieces. You could rip this. If it was sourdough, I'd be ripping it. I just think it's kind of cool. The nature of the Pullman to just do it in these really square, bite-sized pieces. That's all you want. So just in a mixing bowl this size, we are going to put everything in here. This is a really great olive oil sent to me by the guys at Fresh Pressed Olive Oil Club. 3 different olive oils. Oh my God, these are really good. I'm going to give this a nice coating. A couple big pinches of flaky sea salt, and we'll just use our hands. I'm just going to toss this. You can just use a sheet pan or a hotel tray. Okay, so about 15 to 20 minutes at 375 should do the trick. Okay, let's get our garlic prep. We're gonna need 3 cloves of garlic. And that goes into our wooden salad bowl. Let's separate our eggs. Okay, so have a little dish. Aside for your egg whites. You can pour them out. I always save them. I do this on the weekend. I get into the waffles on a Sunday morning. And I will typically add them to my scrambled eggs the next day. Come on. There you go. 2 yolks. Okay. Next, a little bit of Dijon. Kind of a heaping teaspoon. And a couple anchovies. Grab a couple forks. We're just going to want to spend a little bit of time just mashing this up. Next, we're going to put in our Parmesan cheese and a little bit of our lemon, and then we're going to whisk in the oil at the end. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. Cut off a chunk of Parmesan. That should be good. Half of that lemon. This is a very juicy lemon, so I'm probably just going to go with this 1/2. So let's just take it easy with the salt here. We're going to want some big cracks of pepper. Let's just whisk this together so far. Okay. Next, we're going to want to put the oil in. I don't have anyone here with me because if you have someone in your home who wants to help you out, they can just hold on to the side while you whisk. I don't have that. I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. One sec. Just take any kind of tea towel, give it a bit of a spin, turn it into a ring, and just set your salad bowl right on top. Now you can give it a whisk and it's not going to move. Again, this Fresh Pressed Olive Oil Club. So slowly whisk in. It's going to be about 1/2 cup, 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. There we go. So I like a little Worcestershire. This is when I would add it. Just a couple little shake. Gives it a bit of depth. And I do not do it for every Caesar salad. Kind of just when I'm feeling like it. Especially if I'm not going to put a guanciale. Look at that. Perfect. We're going to set that aside and start stripping out our kale. This is a nice organic pre-washed kale, so I don't really have to do any washing. So you just want to take a piece of kale. I like trying to grab it here and pull it from the middle section to the thinnest, and then just bust that off like that. Then you can just rip it up into chunks this sort of big. You can dice it if you want. You don't want to have really big pieces of like dinosaur kale that it's just going to slop all over your guests and yourself. So get this thing ripped into little small pieces as well. Now you can get, if you wanted to, if you're really not into stems, you can just take a knife, set that down like this, and clip that stem off. I personally am not that picky. It's up to you. Definitely don't want the big stems in there, but the little end pieces, they're fine. They're fine. You'll be fine. And I won't make you watch this whole thing. Cut back to when it's done. Okay, kale's all ripped up. Let's get this set aside. Croutons are done. These actually took about 30 minutes. Put those aside. And what you need to do is also just shave off a bit of the Parmesan, break it up. We're going to sprinkle this on top right at the end. Okay, one last quick whisk of our Caesar salad dressing. And we're going to start putting this together. Dump all of your kale in. And just using a set of tongs, just give it its first sort of mix. You just want to get the dressing all over your kale leaves. Then we're going to add our croutons. I made quite a bit, so I'm not going to put all of them in here, probably about 2/3. I like to add one last little drizzle of olive oil and a fresh squeeze of lemon as well. Okay, let's just give this one last toss. You can give it a little taste test, see if you need to add any salt. It probably should be good. And just finish it with some of that shaved Parmesan, all just sort of crunched up on the top. This is perfect. And that's it. That's your kale Caesar salad. So right around when I was filming the kale, the audio cut out of this. I've been doing a lot of voiceover. Here's me saying a bunch of charming stuff. It's probably pretty funny. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below.